Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be exploring something that many of us quietly live with, and that is work-related anxiety. Those racing thoughts before a meeting, that stomach drop when a new email notification appears, and the voice in your head that whispers, am I doing enough? So we often talk about productivity, success, and ambitions, but never about the fear that rides alongside them. So today, I'm challenging myself and even you to look beneath the stress and uncover what's really driving our workplace anxiety. Modern work feels like a treadmill that never stops speeding up. We're juggling deadlines, meetings, Slack pings always on, always reachable, and constantly measuring ourselves against impossible expectations. And it's no wonder anxiety thrives here. We're running faster than ever, but rarely pausing to ask, what are we actually chasing? And when stress becomes constant, our bodies starts living in survival mode, racing hearts, tight chest, restless nights. That's that low harm of anxiety becomes our new normal. So if you peel back the layers, there are a few forces beneath all these. Number one is job insecurity. When the economy shifts or our role feel replaceable, every little mistake can trigger panic. You start working on eggshells, second guessing your value, even if no one told you you're at risk. Number two is unrealistic expectations, deadlines that stack up like dominoes, messages that say just one quick thing when you're already drowning. It is the kind of pressure that makes your nervous system forget what calm even feel like. And then poor work-life balance. You see, the line between work and home blurred years ago. Now our work follows us to our dinner, to our bed, even into our dreams. And you wake up tired because your brain never really clocked out. And then four is culture and leadership. So toxic work environment, it can be invisible prisons. When you feel monitored instead of trusted or even pushed rather than being supported, anxiety becomes part of your job description. And even well-meaning managers sometimes forget people don't thrive under pressure. They break quietly beneath them. And then there is life itself. Financial struggles, family responsibilities, and the emotional weight we carry behind the scene. All of it bleeds into work, and you can't just leave your worries at the door when you clock in. When life is heavy, work anxiety amplifies it, and a simple project review can suddenly feel like a test of your worth. This isn't just emotional, it's systemic, and globally, work-related anxiety costs billions in lost productivity every year. But far beyond these numbers, it costs people. It costs time with families because you're too mentally drained to be present. It costs sleep because your brain wouldn't stop replaying that email you sent. It costs confidence because every minor critique feels like a failure. And ironically, the more anxious we get, the worse we perform. So creating a loop that fits itself. So how do we break this? The first step will be awareness, recognizing anxiety for what it is, a signal, not a sentence. It's your mind waving a red flag and saying something here isn't sustainable. And step two is setting the boundaries. So you're not weak for needing a rest. You're human. Turn off notification after work. Use your breaks. And if guilt creeps in, remind yourself, taking care of yourself and your mental health is part of your job. And step three will be a culture shift. We need to start regarding well-being as much as output, creating workplaces that value people's health and not just their hours. So a supportive manager with a flexible work schedule or an open mental health culture can completely rewrite someone's story. If I'm honest, this topic hits close home. I've had those sleepless nights too. The maybe I'm not good enough moments. The burnout mask as motivation. But here is what I've learned. Anxiety doesn't mean we're broken. It means we care. We care deeply about doing well, contributing, and belonging. And maybe the next chapter for us all is learning to care without constantly collapsing under the weight of it. So if you felt this, the constant pressure and the invisible tension, please share your story in the comment section. It's not to complain, but to connect. Because when we start talking honestly about anxiety, we stop feeling it alone. And if you want practical steps, practical tools to manage these tough moments, please check out my next video on real-world stress management strategies. Until then, remember you're not defined by how calm you stay, but actually by how gentle you return to yourself when things get loud. Thank you.